This time, I said yes. Yes, now I think it's time. And in January, the board voted to begin a call process. So, I have to tell you, the next day after that board meeting, really, it was the next day. And actually, I was even having lunch with Jane, and I got a phone call from a colleague who essentially offered me a job that would be about a 30-minute commute from my house. I like this colleague. It would be fun to work with him. I like what they are doing in that congregation. But when I thought about leaving you, I thought my heart would break. And I wasn't sure that some of the things that I'd started here would be able to continue. It's just too soon. Just feels like there's more work for us to do together. As I discerned my own feelings and went kind of like this for a couple of days, I felt, it feels like there is a call from something beyond, something more, maybe I can call it God, to be here. And when I got through that up and down period, I felt already in myself more settled. Now I have to say that for me, much of the feeling of call does involve a word that a couple of words Unitarian Universalists don't like to use a lot. Surrender, sacrifice. The feeling of call feels like I need to surrender to what it is I need to do now. And when I do, it just brings a lot of joy and blessing and feeling of rightness. There is sacrifice for me in Mount Airy. Some of it is obvious to you. I have less time with my family. I spend time on the turnpike every week. It costs me somewhere between $12,000 and $15,000 to work with you. Now you're paying me that money, but just in the cost for travel and having an additional household. But all this is sacrifice that I am more than willing to make because I already feel and have said to some of you, you are my people now. I belong to you now. It won't last forever. I feel that I'm called to be here, and yes, so the answer to that question, does Kathy want to be our settled minister? Yes, I do. And then there's another question. What about her husband, Rick, her home in Carlisle? So you have a letter from Rick in your order of service. He was here last week, and Bernadette said, well, I'd like to know what Rick says. And I said, well, you know, there he is. And she asked him to write a letter, and this is the letter that he wrote. He speaks for himself. He's already told people in Carlisle that he sees that I have a call here. He values and supports my ministry here with you. So there is that other sense of the word call besides the congregation's vote. It's more mysterious, harder to explain. I feel called to the Unitarian Universalist parish ministry, and now I feel called to you. I followed that call because it really felt like I had to. I just had to in order to live my life authentically and to serve as I seem to be called to serve. I tried not to do that. I tried to say to that voice inside myself that I was already ministering, I was working as a psychotherapist, and that everybody's called. I think we are all called, but that wasn't good enough. I needed to be in parish ministry, and it turned out, for now, I need to be here.